Alright, hello and welcome. Today we are going to be playing King Arthur: A Knight's Tale. And it's an XCOM style tactics type game set in the King Arthur realm. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. You can see here, we'll start with a new campaign. They also have multiplayer, but let's just start a new campaign. Right away you get two options. You got classic mode where you can freely save and load your progress. I think that means like in between battle or during battles. I'm not exactly sure. And then roguelite mode, it looks like your progress is automatically saved. There's no manual saving. Every decision, mistake, and death is permanent. So that one looks like it's a little bit more challenging. So let's go with the roguelite mode. We'll go for the challenge roguelite campaign, call it one. And yeah, let's get started. I'm not sure how much this actually follows like King Arthur lore. I'm not super familiar with it. I know a little bit, but I think it should follow some general themes.
Wake up,
Okay,
knight.
here's a cutscene here.
You must take up your arms again. This is all very confusing. I know. Focus. Breathe. It will all become clear soon.
Definitely a little darker.
You were fighting in the last great battle for Britannia. When King Arthur's adversaries marched against the once and future king. You have committed dreadful acts to fulfill your destiny.
Brutal.
Do you remember the earth trembling?
It's like Lord of the Rings.
Can you recall the gathering of terrible armies? You saw Camelot burning and watched the power of magic tearing apart the world at its seams. You led knights and monsters into a deadly storm of fury and blood. You destroyed the ladies of the summer and the lords of the winter.
That's already killed everyone. Makes it easy.
You have killed King Arthur, and with his dying breath, he struck you down. You both died. And yet, you both live. You have unleashed something that cannot be stopped. The tide of madness and pain will swallow us all. I have brought you back to end this nightmare, Sir Mordred.
Okay.
I want you to go on a knightly quest. I want you to finish what you have begun. Kill King Arthur, or whatever he has become, after I took his dying vessel to Avalon. Sir Mordred, living and breathing again. But is he truly alive? I wish I could talk to him, but I can't just yet. Serves him right anyway. I've set this dread knight on a dark path, and for now, I can only watch where it takes him. I've brought back King Arthur's nemesis, and wonder if I made the right choice. Mordred did the impossible, after all. Almost killed the king, who cannot be killed. And that's how the nightmare began.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like we have our quest. We are playing as Sir Mordred, and we are to kill King Arthur. That is our quest. Looks like we were raised from the dead. Looks like a lot of people were raised from the dead. A lot of undead army. Oh, look, a shrine to the lady. So yeah, WASD movement. You can also right click to move.
Wait! Who the hell are you?
It looks like we got
I'm here to teach you some manners, lad.
Our first battle. Alright, let's get into it. So yeah, again, tactics style combat. You get action points, I believe. Let's read this. Spend your action points in battle to move and use your abilities. Every hero has a set amount of AP, which refills at the start of every turn. The highlighted area around the selected hero represents the distance which they can cover with their current AP. When you select a skill, the highlighted area changes both in shape and color, showing you the range of and AoE of the ability. Okay. So it looks like we got strike, deals 100% weapon damage next to an enemy, and then it says cast stigma, causes 20% vulnerability to the target for 1 turn. Alright, that sounds pretty interesting. I see when I go close to him, I get that red kind of arrow there, and you can see the 2 swords on the ground. I think that, let's see what that means. You don't get it everywhere you go. Opportunity attack. Okay, so that's kind of like an Overwatch mechanic. So that'll be something to look out for. And 1 strike, and then over here I think it's end turn and reserve. So what reserve is kind of like you just save the leftover AP. Depending on how much you have, the more you save that you can use for next turn.
Damn, that felt good. But where am I?
Victorious, our first battle.
You can change a man, but I might be wrong.
Hey, who's there? I can hear you. Let me out.
So you can rotate the camera with the E and Q keys, which is pretty handy.
Take a look at this.
Some loot here. During your adventures, you may gather loot from various locations. However, you can only equip and manage your loot between missions on the adventure map. So we can't equip in the middle of the missions any gear we get on that mission, I guess.
Open the door, whoever you are. Help me, and I will help you.
Alright.
Well. Sir Kay, King Arthur's seneschal, in a dungeon rotting away, a hero's reward. An honest and capable man, but a bit dull, like an untended blade.
Sir Mordred, the Scourge of Britannia is back. Avalon is not a place for your treacherous kind.
Locked up in a cage whimpering just as I remember you, Kay.
Are you real? Or just a ghost? Tell me, Mordred, do you remember killing me?
You're quite upset about dying, yet you seem very much alive. How so?
Help me escape, traitor. Then we may talk.
Oh man, I guess I'm a traitor. You know, also wondering how Lady of the Lake is communicating with us. Is it like telepathic? I guess she's magic, so. So you, a knight of the Round Table, ended up here, behind locks. Pitiful.
Some of us are still waging a war. I fought and have been betrayed. You are familiar with betrayal, aren't you?
Trust was always your weakness, Kay.
And what is yours? Your bloodlust? Your savagery? Yes, I thought so. You think you're strong enough to fight the taint on this island?
What is this wretched place anyway?
I've already told you. Avalon, the island of the fallen knights. And this is Castle Camelot.
Island of the Fallen Knights, and I guess there's some wretched plague or something going on. If you're playing tricks on me, I'll break your bones. This is our castle?
Yes. Not the one that you remember, though.
You promised me I'll help if I set you free. How about that?
I keep my promises. I will help you, Mordred. The powers that rule this land decided to trust you with our fate. I don't know how to feel about that. But soon, you must make your very first decisions.
I'm pretty sure in the original tales, King Arthur tales, Mordred and King Arthur did end up like killing each other at the same time. So I think that's pretty accurate to the story.
That's my arm over there.
Nice. Get some armor.
Finally. I feel more useful now. You think a sword makes you less useless? We must get out of here. Go to the door and let me handle this.
So sassy. Mordred, you're so sassy. Yeah, looks like... Let's see if we can... It's got a two-handed sword. Let's go.
Rascals! I told you that you will pay for this.
What the hell is he doing out of his cell?
Surprise.
Oh, battle number 2. Orientation. Character orientation is vitally important in combat. Backstabbing always deals extra damage, so pay attention to your hero's orientation before ending your turn. You can rotate your characters by right-clicking on them and dragging the mouse, or just click on an empty tile with the left mouse button to face your hero to the desired direction. Okay, so obviously we want to backstab whenever possible. Let's try here. Oh yeah, that's good. Alright, let's try Sir K. It's two-handed attack. What else does he have? Cleave. Deal 75% weapon damage to every unit in a 3-tile wide area. That sounds fun. Oh yeah. Big damage. The two-hander.
Just getting warmed up.
Okay. We'll keep going. More treasure. Sigil for heavy armor. Sounds good. I don't know what that does, but it sounds good. Anything in here? Definitely a good looking game. Something kind of interesting. This is like an indie game.
This is the warden's room. Prepare for battle.
And it came out relatively recently, and it was 121 gigs, I think, of space to download, which is a lot for a tactics type game. So that's interesting. It does look good though.
Sir Kay, you are really persistent, but I can't let you walk free.
You don't have much choice in the matter now, Warden.
All right. Fighting the Warden, 3v2. Okay, there's that Overwatch again. And you can Overwatch down here. Yeah. Overwatch allows you to select an area to guard. When an enemy enters one of the tiles, your hero will execute a basic attack. Using Overwatch requires at least 3 AP and can be reversed by clicking the Overwatch icon again. So yeah, pretty standard like in most of these tactics games. A lot of them have Overwatch these days. And it can be pretty OP in some certain games. I know, like XCOM, you could abuse that. In a good way, Sir K with the two-hander. Just one-shots, guys. You might be my favorite so far. I mean, just started, but... Kill the guard.
Take that.
The Warden
I should find the one who is truly in charge here.
The Warden had a little bit more armor and health. Here's some more loot. It reminds me of Wasteland 3 a little bit.
What do we have here?
In terms of just like moving around right after the battle or right before the battle. Whereas in like XCOM, each battle is kind of its own isolated battlefield.
Careful. It's quite a crowd. You know very well that diplomacy was never my strong suit.
Alright, predictable battle. Exploring the area before the battle rewards you with information. The more deployment areas you discover, the more tactical options you will have when combat begins. You can select any area you discovered for deployment. Okay, so I think if we just explore around that way. Interesting thing about this game is like it's like knights and like King Arthur, so like a lot of tactics games you have
Some killing to do.
like guns and ranged attacks, and this one you have swords, so it's a little different. Alright, deploy your heroes, select your heroes one by one, and then place them inside the green area with the right mouse button. Okay. Put him wherever.
I am ready.
Similar to like Final Fantasy Tactics, kind of had this, I know that, back in the day. XCOM, I think, did too. You didn't really explore around though to find the starting areas. That's kind of neat. All right, that's cool. So we can start right here and just backstab this guy. Look at that, one shot, nice. Reserve again, and turn. Hold space to speed up the turn. Okay, so that's handy. So you don't actually have to watch them. Let's try this stigma thing, make him vulnerable. Man, the two-hander, one shot, I love it. I mean, it is like the first mission, so I'm not sure how long that'll last. So this guy's vulnerable, probably deal a lot more damage. Yeah, not a lot. Okay. Not sure how good that is. Block.
Your Highness? What master do these soldiers serve anyway? That would be Sir Tywelin. Lead me to him. I want to explain him that this is my castle now.
It's my castle now. Is that a dragon head over there?
So, you are back as well, traitor. You probably don't remember me.
Yeah, second person I meet, second time I'm called a traitor. I don't even care who you are.
I am just a walking corpse, cheated out of his death. And I will make everyone suffer for this injustice.
Proud words from a walking, nameless corpse.
He was Sir Tywelin, a once noble warrior with 2 sons, both knights.
Out of curiosity, are your sons such ugly monstrosities like you?
My sons are both full of life and hatred for each other. Whatever is awaiting for me here, I must face it alone. Balin and Balin are seeking their own fates now, just as I do, destined to survive anything.
What are you doing in Camelot?
I fell in battle, like we all did, but instead of gaining new life in legendary Avalon, I've returned as a lost one.
So it's like the Lady of the Lake, kind of like keeping these people in purgatory. I feel like that's how they're doing the roguelite, kind of, you know, coming back, re-rolling after you die, I guess. You keep coming back. All I hear is a pitiful whimper and not the answers I need.
Let me rephrase it, traitor. Camelot is a sacred place, reserved for the once and future king. That is the law. But I spit on the laws of the Lady of the Lake.
Clever man, this is a great way to make an ancient enchantress very pissed.
I'm not afraid of her. Lost ones can't perish. This is our curse and blessing.
Can't perish. Okay. Is King Arthur here with you, walking corpse?
He is not. The unholy storm wrecked the ship that brought the dying king to Avalon.
So what? Don't waste my time.
In a raging tempest, something was waiting for the ship. And then the darkness took the king, and all of us in its embrace. Arthur is beyond the Bridge of Sorrows, dwelling on the accursed land of midnight.
Spare me the poetic rubbish. Tell me where he is and I'll let you live, or whatever you call this existence.
Whatever you do, you need more than a blade to break my curse.
We'll see. Worst case is that you'll keep on lamenting after I take your head. I like how snarky you are in this game, Mordred's. It's pretty funny. Alright, 2 verse 4. Maybe that cleave will come in handy. Actually, yeah, let's start with K this time. Yeah, you can just click on whichever guy you want to start with to move first. Nice.
Let me cut you to size. Awaiting your command.
Getting backstabbed. Not good.
Ready to fight.
Alright, take out Sir Tewelin.
Take them.
Okay, we got this. Looks like you got like multiple health bars, and I think that's armor on top there. I'm not sure, I have to figure that out.
Awaiting your command.
Oh, man. Wonder if you can like equip them with different weapons, or they're kind of like already in their certain class. You know how like Mordred has this sword and shield. I don't know if that's like his class type, or if you can just give him whatever weapons you find.
The battle is over, and you must make a choice, Mordred. This is merely the first in a chain of similar decisions that will eventually determine what kind of leader you will be. Tell me, what will happen to Camelot?
All right, so some decisions. Let's see. I feel like this is like good and evil here. So let's go with evil, just based off the armor. Mordred looks pretty evil, so we'll probably go through that for this first playthrough. So let's go. I have decided this is my throne room now, and I'll band. With my band of selected knights, I will fulfill my destiny. Sweet. So we made it out of the dungeon. The first dungeon, prison. From getting resurrected. I'm not too familiar with the King Arthur lore, but I don't know what powers the Lady of the Lake has or had. Just don't remember her being like that super powerful, but I guess she is in this game. So it says here, I am Mordred, and I was reborn on the mystical island of Avalon, the resting place of the fallen knights. A vision told me my purpose, to find and destroy King Arthur. I woke up in a ruined castle, a reflection of the real Camelot. This is my castle now. I'm still trying to understand the nature of the powers that brought me here, but meanwhile, I have a realm to rebuild and an old enemy to kill. So yeah, it's not your first time killing Arthur. I guess that's why it's a roguelite. And here's the treasure we found. Some gold and building resources. Not sure what those are for. Got some level ups. Okay, so this looks like the kind of the over the world map. Morality chart. Morality events. During your journey, you'll have to make tough choices that will affect the outcome of the story and your allied hero's loyalty. Here you can see your previous morality event choices. Morality chart. Every choice you make will be represented on the morality chart. You can unlock morality abilities and heroes that are unique to that alignment. Okay, that's interesting. On the vertical axis, your alignment will go from being a rightful ruler to a reckless tyrant. On the horizontal, it'll range from devout Christian to being a follower of the old faith. The choice is yours. So you get different heroes based on the decisions you make, which is pretty unique. I haven't seen that in a lot of these games. But yeah, like tyrant, rightful, Christian, and old faith. Let's see what we get. Trading levies. Okay, Black Knight, Red Knight for being a tyrant. I think I might try and go for that in this playthrough. White Knight, Sir Galahad. Okay, so some of the like legendary heroes. Sir Leo de Grance, Sir Lancelot, Sir Lucen, Geraint, Morgan Le Fay, Bedivere, Dagonet. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. At least the decisions actually have some impact in your game. Let's look at the leveling. Okay, so it's like inventory, leveling, morality over here, traits, fast metabolism. After missions, you regain 20% of maximum vitality. So we got vitality, hit points, and armor. Okay, vitality is like your health. If you run under that, you die, I think. And then you take hit point damage before you take vitality. I think you take armor before you take hit point. So basically like 3 different health bars. Vitality doesn't regenerate on its own. You have to do that outside of battle. Veteran, while appointed as Master of Arms in the training ground, grants every hero 1% mission XP after every mission they participate in. Skills. Got 2 points available. Let's see, what is this? Shield charge. Strike. Oh, we have that already. Bleeding strike. Killing blow. Oh, okay, so those are like abilities on the ability. Causes bleeding for 2 turns. Bleeding suffers 15% damage at the start of their turn and after every action. 10% more vulnerability for casting Stigma. Lasts for 1 turn longer. I wasn't really crazy about Stigma. Maybe it gets better later in the game. Shield charge. Runs to an enemy and tackles them, dealing 50% weapon damage and causing knockdown. Knockdown unit is knocked back and sent to the ground and will stand at the beginning of their turn with 50% less AP. That's pretty good. Units with at least 50% physical debuff are knocked back instead. Knocked back, push the target 1 tile away from the attacking unit. Okay, knocked down and knocked back are 2 different things. That is pretty good. That's a good move. Let's see what this is. Unyielding, regain 1 HP for each hit. Vampire, vampiric. What's the percent vitality? Armor sigils. Okay, that's kind of like sweeping strike. Oh, that's pretty good. It says strength. Hero deals 10% more weapon damage. Oh, can always use that. Vigilance, damage received from Overwatch attacks and opportunity attacks is reduced by 30%. That's kind of a lot, 30%. And then robust, 10% more vitality and 10% HP from, looks like armor, sigils, accessories, trinkets. let's try it. Let's get that. Let's see if we can, let's get shield charge. That sounds pretty good. Let's see, did we have any? Okay, looks like that's better than what's equipped. Sigil for heavy armor, defender, champion only. Doesn't actually change the appearance of your armor. I don't know if that'll ever change, but you always like that in games. Amulet of hardiness plus 2 HP. Heck yeah. What are these? Trophy. Doesn't look like you can equip that. Okay. And then let's do Cert K. He also got a level. What does he get? Death Strike deals 170% weapon damage to the adjacent enemy, but with a 20% armor breaking, minus 20% armor breaking, and each point of armor on the target reduces the damage dealt by 3 additional points. Okay, interesting. And then Cleave, what do we get with that? Bleeder, Severing Blow, Cleave deals 20% damage to the person in the center. Strong Grip, plus 50% weapon damage for strike. That's pretty good. Open wounds. Rage, gain 10% stackable weapon damage for 2 turns after every kill. Wow, that could be really good. For 2 turns though, let's see. Swipe up Rage. Rage effects last longer. Juggernaut hero gains 5% cumulative weapon damage for each tile of movement until the end of the turn. Okay, Juggernaut sounds pretty interesting. Let's try that. And then I wonder, like, if you can respec at any point. We'll see. Okay, so he can equip these. Plus 2 turn bleeding duration. I don't think I have any bleeds at this point, so let's just do the weapon damage. I think that's all the items I got. Loyalty. Yeah, there's a lot of systems in this game going on that we have to discover. It's like you can unlock a bunch of people too. Alright, search it. K, join the court. Alright, I already clicked on that. Stubborn. Minus 1 loyalty when going to a mission without full vitality. You know, I would be too. I would be a little pissed off. And new mission. Alright, so that's basically the first mission, or the tutorial at least. Here's some more of the lore and everything. Challenges, looks like there's a good amount of those. Break 5,000 armor. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video there. And we'll get into the next mission and make that an own video. But yeah, that's kind of the first playthrough of this. Seems like a fun game. A lot of cool systems going on. Haven't really checked out the hub area yet, or the next missions, or anything like that. But yeah, definitely a lot going on in this game. I definitely love this type of XCOM style combat type game. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.